Good afternoon or good morning, depending on what part of the world you are from. How is everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome. Oh, my door just opened. That's okay, it's just the wind. Right, who have we got in the chat? Let's have a look. Young, super, welcome. Yes, it is. There's something, a little something missing from the thumbnail. I was having some fun with the thumbnails earlier. I am embracing the face thumbnail for a change. Nahwell, welcome. Randall, Mr. Brownbug. Just a normal t-shirt today. I don't know what you can, I mean, it's the same t-shirt that's in the thumbnail, so yeah, because I just used the webcam to take the picture. By the way, lights to live with Jay Casper, it was awesome. Waiting for the rap battle as well. Yes, we will have to do that at some time soon. P is in the house. I'm sure P will be spamming everyone with links to everything that anyone here may want to have. Yeah. And he will keep the chat in yeah, under control. Who else has we got in here? Oh my god, I just got to get through everyone and then we'll go into some stuff. Luxury's here. Way, Nonerio, Coinboss, Ollie, Dustin, Heisenberg, Dave, Dan, Michael, Catalin, Mark, Surely Sound, Crypto, Conjigi, Eric, Chris, Gus, Ham Wizard, Paul Young. Cool, that's as many as I can get through. Anyone else who says hello now, I will not be able to reply. I've got my nice coffee. Got a nice coffee here. So that will keep me awake. Although it's really hot, so I probably shouldn't have had a hot drink because now I am slightly sweaty. All right, cool. Welcome, everyone. First time in your live stream since seeing you on Jason Casper's show. Good morning from the US of A. Thank you very much. If there is anyone that is new to this channel, then please do say hi. Please do introduce yourselves, let us know where you're from, let us know why you are spending your precious time on a Thursday morning / afternoon watching this stream, and let us know what you hope to learn from being here, because we always hope that, although I talk a lot of nonsense, that this is educational. And we're going to try and find some trade setups, and we're going to do all of that kind of thing whilst I'm live as well. So yeah, please do just shout out in the chat and we'll get straight into it. So there's not actually been very much to update on with Bitcoin this week. There's been a real lack of things to talk about apart from just legacy markets pumping and Bitcoin not. Basically, so that's what we've had. We've not been able to break through the Monday range at all, and this is the importance of Monday. Okay, so here was your weekly open. Here, right, there's your weekly open. You put in the highs on the Monday, the lows on the Monday, and you can see every time we've had this deviation outside of it, it's just got batted back just consistently. Okay, so you've got your deviations of the highs, of the lows, come back into the highs, back down to the lows, back into the highs, back down to the lows. What's likely from what we've seen so far this week is this is a good opportunity to be looking for long positions to take you back up to the highs. But today is a day where I think if we are going to break down from this, then we have at least a chance of this actually breaking down to basically where our lower targets are below, and we've got some levels below that we were looking to get hit earlier in the week, but this is really extended onwards now. So there's a few levels down here to the downside that I am looking at if we do start to get a bit of a whoa, that shouldn't have done that, if we do get some dumpage going into the New York session today. So we will keep an eye on that. I am in a short from the top of the range. I am in a long from the bottom of the range. I've been taking profits on the long very quickly. I've been holding the short overall. So basically with the long, it's just VWAP has been batting it down all day so far today. Okay, so every time we've come into these lows, you can just see as soon as it gets back up into VWAP, then you have a bounce from your daily open earlier on. You come into the VWAP, smashes it back down, you take out the lows, you have another bounce, eventually comes up into VWAP, takes out the lows, and then we're basically back here again at those Monday lows and that daily open region. So once again here there is an opportunity to be taking long positions, but it would be more of a hedge at this stage, because I am I mean, I'd be surprised if these lows get defended and if you really do see a big breakout, mainly because equities are so just over the top right now. So they've just been pumping all week and Bitcoin's done nothing. So as soon as you see the NASDAQ, that the S&P starts to pull back, I think that Bitcoin is more likely to follow. The fact that it couldn't follow up makes it even more likely that if we do see a big move down, then Bitcoin's going to, yeah, just a potential collapse on there. But again, we're at the lows of the range, so you do have to be looking for longs, just trading it as such. So that is really it on the Bitcoin chart for today. I mean, yeah, there's literally nothing else to go over. There really is nothing else to go over here. The other interesting thing as well I do want to show, and this I always like to do this, is just to put on these little range deviations. So you can see here from our Monday high and our Monday low, what you are normally looking at for those deviations between the high and the low. You've got your 0, you've got your 0.5, you've got your 1 there, okay? And so often you see it will either come into the 1.13 or the negative 0.13, which is like the minimum kind of thing you'd look to see for like a swing failure pattern or something like that, or you come down to this 0.272 to 0.1314 kind of region as well. So you got the 0.13, the 0.27 and the 0.31, which you often see. Okay, you can see these deviations to the lows coming into this region, and again, every time that you've had these little SFPs off of the London low, it's hitting into that 0.13, negative 0.13, or slightly further into this little pocket that we have here. And it's the same on the upside. Okay, you almost reach up into that 1.272, and then you come back into this 1.13 region here. So it just helps to catch those deviations either side of a range. When you have a really nice tradable range like we've had this week, this is just a really nice way in which to catch them, and to try and basically what you want to do is just get orders in these areas if you're expecting those deviations, and to be looking for that. But yeah, a little extra thing to be talking about. Cool, we are having a little bit of a move up here, so we'll see. Again, nothing too much to talk about. Pedro, the black tea makes you look like a floating head. Stick with the pirate theme. It's actually blue. It's a dark blue. But yes. I'll be going to prison for the next 6 months, long or short. What you want to know whether you want to hold a position whilst you're in prison for 6 months? I would say, oh man, I don't even know. All right. Spartan, you saw that CME already broke the July 28 lows. Let's have a look at that just quickly. Okay, fair enough, yeah. That's kind of nice. Yeah, it has. When was that? It was on and open, so it was on... Oh, it was at midnight. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, never really had that anywhere else. Oh my god, there's so many lines on this chart. Let's hide that. Catalin, you use anchored VWAP? Yes, I do. I use the session VWAP as my basic... I've always got the session VWAP on my chart. The session VWAP is amazing. I love it. I love the session VWAP. Like, look how good it's been recently. Okay, once you're in these uptrends, and when you get that time and space away from VWAP, you come in and just get these really nice trades off of it. Here, the shorts. Here, the shorts. There, the long. Yesterday, there was a great long straight off of VWAP right here. So you have time and space above VWAP. You haven't come into VWAP for, I mean, like 10 hours there. You come into it and it gives you a really good trade up. So yeah, VWAP is lovely. But I do use anchored VWAP as well, yes. So depending on where we see major pivots in the market. I mean, the weekly VWAP will be quite an important one this week as well, because we have been contained within the week, or within this range for the week. So if we do come up into this weekly VWAP, I would be aware of that. I mean, taking out the London high and coming up into this weekly VWAP would be kind of nice. I would be having a look at that. And also, yeah, to be looking at anchored VWAPs, like, for example, take one from the high up here and just see roughly where we're at. That takes you around to the weekly open. So, yeah, VWAPs are wonderful things. They are very, very, very good. And yeah, it tends to be with the crew stuff. So when we started doing the playbooks and everything with the crew, so if anyone wants any more information about the educational material that we have, so obviously as part of the community, I do these live streams, but we also have the educational community where we're kind of actively looking to trade this. We do the live trading rooms and everything every day. We've got tons of educational content as well, and the VWAP plays a really big part in that. There are certain trades that you can take just on a daily basis. Yeah, basically just from VWAP. They're very good. I need to get back into streaming. I haven't streamed for like a week, so yeah, I need to remember what I'm supposed to be talking about. Let me finish my coffee because that was too hot, and now I'm really hot, and I don't have very much water left, so I need to go and fill up my water bottle because now I'm really hot and I can't think properly, so I need some cold water to cool me down. I've got barely any water left. Oh man, why did I do that just before I went on the stream? Turn the fan on a bit more. That's better. And volume is king. So yeah, VWAPs, volume profile, all of those kind of things, they play a massive part in our trading. A huge part in our trading. And look at this, like the respect to the value area high today has been great. What else do I want to go over? I'm going to take my eyes off of the chat for a minute. I'm just going to go over a few things. So I think that's kind of covered Bitcoin. We'll come back to this as we go into the open, and we'll just watch the open together. I do just want to do a quick skim through the markets in general. Let me just move my microphone a little bit. I do just want to do a quick skim through. So S&P 500, let me go over to here. So this has been a really impressive uptrend from the SPX. Okay, it's been very, very strong. I was looking to take a short yesterday off of this monthly level, and it just came through it. I have taken a short on the S&P today, which wasn't at the very high. It was off of this SFP earlier on, and then the highs got taken out earlier on, and now we've started to see a pullback from there. So I've taken a short on this, but this still seems like a healthy uptrend that we're in at the moment, and I do think that any pullbacks would be buying opportunities for now. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't come all the way down. For example, that isn't the weekly open, that's just the weekly level. That doesn't mean, for example, we can't come all the way down towards this weekly, and we can look at some kind of retrace from here and start to form a bit more of a range between this 3960 region up towards where we are now. But I've really got a few areas above that I am looking for if this does get that continuation. Now, the SPX probably isn't the best asset to be showing this on. The Nasdaq's been a lot nicer recently. The SPX has been behaving a lot like Bitcoin has, been a little bit kind of chopping around, having these ranges for a while, and then the Nasdaq's just been on a complete roll. A lot more like Ethereum is when it has its big runs, just really going for it. But on the S&P, there's some significant resistance coming up here around that 4,250 region. I do think that if we can take out these highs from back in May, actually, so those will be the highs from May, and we'd also have to be aware of the June high, which is just below that. So we could have a little SFP of this, not quite take out that high from the end of May. So May the 30th, and then we can look for a pullback off of there. If we do continue up a little bit higher, then we do have our golden pocket region coming in around this 4,250 region here, which is also a nice little 4-hour order block that we have up at these highs here, again, from back in May. So those would be your May highs back in my birthday, that we'd be looking at as the next kind of major resistance on the S&P 500. The NASDAQ has actually been a lot nicer. So the NASDAQ's just been like insane, really, really, really strong. I've been enjoying trading the NASDAQ a lot, in both directions as well, because it's been very, very technical. So even more so than Bitcoin recently, the NASDAQ's just been, yeah, been really great, really, really great. We knew that we were looking for a move yesterday. I wasn't sure whether there was going to be volatility you were coming into. I know this is just a curve, but it actually has been following really nicely. I haven't moved this parabolic advanced line for a while now, and as you came up into this and it was just kind of getting squeezed there, you know the momentum's to the upside. It's either got to break down, and at that point you're looking at this to form a bit more of a range and to break that parabolic advance, or you're going to get that final push up. And yeah, we really have had that final push up on the NASDAQ. I think this is starting to get a little bit exhausted. I am looking slightly higher still on this. To be honest, again, like if we can just get that final little move, there really isn't much more. This can't maintain this forever. But yeah, again, I'm looking up around that 13,500 region on the NASDAQ as being significant resistance. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But this is this is a very nice chart. A very nice chart indeed. And you do have some good levels above. So we're looking kind of this region here, again, as being significant resistance. Then you've got your 1.618 plus your golden pocket just a little bit higher, around about that 14,000 region, and then beyond that. So yeah, very, very strong on the NASDAQ. I'm going to cover a stock because Apple also looks really nice. This is something that I'm monitoring on Apple. I would like to see this come and take out basically your yearly highs. So I would like to see Apple come back and take out the highs, and then we can be looking for potential shorts on Apple going into next year. This would just be a long kind of swing trade idea that I've got on here, but yes, there's a little blah, 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 a little scan of the markets. Let's go back over here. Right. BTC long or short? Can you look at CVD on the daily chart? Looks to me like it's going up way quicker than price. Thanks. I'll comment on that very quickly. I do not use CVD on the high time frames. It is not useful at all. So this is something that I have gone over like consistently, is you do not get good delta reads like over a long period of time. You've got to be going like for like, and if you're looking at, so let's say for example, okay, let's just bring this on to, here's the daily. Okay, this is a 1 day chart. If we add the delta onto that, you can see here, yeah, you've got, I mean, your CVD is basically, price should be at 32k for where CVD is right now. And I know people have been mentioning this, and we've got these bearish divergences and everything forming on the daily CVD, but I just don't see it as being very useful at all. On the high time frames, it's not something that I use, and it's not something that I would recommend people putting too much emphasis on, because we're in a very different phase of the market now to where we were in like May and June. Okay, May was pretty much I don't know, May was like the buy the dip kind of thing, when everyone was still really convinced that the low was in. And there was just this weird, yeah, May was a really weird month. And then it all just collapsed. You had that massive capitulation. You go into June, and then that's when everyone just realizes that the world's turned to shit, and that everyone gets liquidated, and that a lot of people exited the market at that point. And now we've gone into July, where everything's a little bit more calm. It's a bit more stable. You're comparing delta. By doing this, you're comparing delta with very, very different phases of the market. Like almost each month is very different. So you're going to get different participants within the market. You're going to get different activity going on within the market. And I've explained this much better previously on the low time frames, but really you want to, when you're looking at delta, you want to be looking at like for like. So this is why it's nice on the low time frames, because if you're in a similar, let's say you're holding that same kind of range, and you can look at the delta within the range, and you can look at it comparatively to where it was a few hours ago, for example, then you've got the same participants within the market. It's that same kind of thing. So you can look at what those people are doing, what those participants in the market are doing, and you can make some fairly informed decisions off of that. But when you start to go onto the bigger picture, it just is, it's not, you can't really read it. When we were up at all-time highs, you had this bearish CVD divergence that was forming like the whole time. Like, look at it. Yeah, and it made no sense. Okay, price is going up, yet you had this massive bearish CVD divergence. It's just there. And then again here, okay, we've had basically, yeah, price going down on some occasions where we've got this, no, it wasn't bearish CVD divergence, sorry, it was just bearish CVD, and actually you were forming bullish divergences, but it just went on and on and on and on and on forever. So yeah, that's a little, sorry, that was off on a bit of a tangent there. Not the best explanation I've done of that. What else do we have? Noah, isn't volume manipulative, or how do you read volume? Just spikes in greens and reds. So the thing with volume as well is it absolutely isn't manipulative, because what you're looking at volume is that is just telling you the pure data of what has been traded at that price point in that period of time. So yeah, you do get, if you're looking at one exchange, for example, or you're looking at the very low time frames, now and again those can get skewed, and you might have a ton of volume coming in at one point, and it leads to something weird on the charts. Like we had an example yesterday where we had a massive spike, like just a ton of long positions opening and price didn't move, and you get those weird volume like anomalies within the chart. But yeah, volume overall is massive. It plays a really big part on trading, and it's something you definitely need to be paying attention to, more from like a horizontal basis, so where the volume is in terms of price rather than in time. Like with time you can get, yeah, okay, it's important to be aware of when you get these big kind of red candles to the downside with high volume, etc., but it's really that horizontal way where you can see where volume is accumulating or where volume is building up, at which price point, and that tells you where positions are and where positions are likely to be defended, and where there's going to be liquidity, where there's going to be stops. It tells you a lot of information that you can look at on the charts. Oh my god, we got a few minutes until the New York Open. How do you call market between bear and bull? I don't. I mean, we're obviously in a bear market, but there was something quite funny. Like people going on about the 200 daily EMA or something, isn't it? And just how we've been flipping around that, and it's like each side, yeah, it's impossible. Like if we're going to go back into a bull market, we've got to start an uptrend on the high time frames. That's the very least that we've got to do. We've got to get back above 32k, we've got to make a higher low, and then we've got to start an uptrend, and that would be a bull market again, and that's very much reasonable. There's no reason why even within a bear market itself you can't have a big bear market rally that would be a mini bull market in itself, that could go up like 100, 200, 300%. We've seen that in the previous bear market, where price has gone, I mean here, this is a bear market rally, right? Price went up 350%. It's still in a bear market at that point, but then you have this mini bull run within it. So it's not bear and bull, it's just level by level trading. Doesn't matter where price is, doesn't matter if you're bullish or you're bearish. You just trade the next move. Yeah, it's like the definition of a recession. Yeah, make it up as we go along. Yeah, we clearly are in a bear market. There is absolutely no way you can say that this is a bull market, but yeah, we clearly are in a bear market. Victor, I will come back to your question in just a second. We've got 1 minute until the New York Open. So we're going to look at the New York Open briefly, and then I will explain why sessions are so important, basically, and different kind of ways that you can split those. But let's have a look here. So we're basically just going to open where we started on the S&P. So you got 4152, 4155. So yeah, it's going to open exactly where it started. Or exactly where it closed. Tiny little gap down. So we're going to open around about here. Let's just watch for that and see what happens on the open here. And we can follow along with Bitcoin and see what that does. This is when, like, as soon as you see this open, Bitcoin will just follow this tick for tick for a few minutes. There we go. There's the open. Tiny little gap down. Bitcoin's going to pull back with it. And usually you'd look to fade the first move. Is this working? No, this isn't even loaded. Why is this frozen? How annoying. Let's go on to here. You fade the first move. There you go. Now you filled the gap. And then this will just go tick for tick for a while. Is this going to load? Come on. Come on, come on. I want to actually look at the order flow while we're doing this. There we go. Back into the VWAP. Whoop. So actually on the USDT pair, the VWAP's a little bit slightly off. Okay. It's really hard to do this on the screen. Let me just move back over to here. So, there was your London Open. You've come back into test the London Open. We've come back into VWAP, and now we're starting to pull back. Okay. I would like to see this break down at this point. I think it would be nice if on open we can just get a move down. I don't think it's likely. I think we probably have some unfinished business above, even if we are going to come down. But yeah, it's still just figuring itself out here on the open. Nothing particularly going on. And this is this monthly level as well, which is really important on the SPX. So if we are going to see any kind of rejection here, then I would like to see price coming back down below this monthly level, which would set up for short opportunities from there. And then you've got all these gaps below that price could very well come and trade back through at another point. Yeah, XO's being weird. I don't know why. It's there for now. I mean, it's like if I go off of this tab for more than a few minutes, it just freezes. Very strange. S&P bearish div on the RSI. Let's have a look. This is so thin. Volume's really, really poor here. There's like nothing in the books. You're seeing slippage. Like $30 worth of slippage on that move down then, just from someone just market selling 500k. Just managed to push price down. Let's go on to the USDT pair. Bit more volume over there. Anyway, here's the back test of the SPX. So this is what you would expect to see, that kind of back test, and from this you would want to see that get continuation now, because that is quite a major level. If we do drop below that, then I think we do get opportunities for shorts. I would actually like to take profit on my short on this, especially if the Nasdaq does start to pull back. Apologies everyone, this is a little bit all over the place right now. I just need to open up my exchange. Cool. S&P 500 bearish divergence, that's what we're going to look at. Let's pull this back across. You got it on the 30. Yeah, you got it on the 15. Do we go higher? You got it on the 1 hour. You got it on the 4 hour. You got it on the 8 hour. And potentially you'd get it on the daily if we do if we do start to pull back today, then that will be bearish divergence on the daily as well. Weekly means nothing. So yeah, you've got bearish divergence on all time frames here, but we've had that before on this move. Okay, we have had that previously, and it's just ended up consolidating, taking out. This is what you'd look for. You consolidate, you come down, take out local lows, and then it just started to rally again. So realistically, I mean, this is kind of already played out at this stage. Like if you come down here and you're just taking out these lows, that's done. Like that divergence is basically done at that point. So yeah, it is there, but it's certainly not any like anything major at this stage. I would like to see a bit more of a pullback, but the actual divergence that we've got there is more or less just played out already, which is kind of nah. Same on the Nasdaq, right? You've got it here, so the 15-minute. Bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence. Not on the 4 hour because it was crazy yesterday, not on the 8 hour. And the daily looks very healthy as well. Hidden bearish, I guess, on this, because you've now got higher on the RSI than it was back in March when it was a lot higher on here. Are we following closer to the Nasdaq today? Maybe so. Nasdaq's insanely strong. It's crazy. A lot of it's just Apple rallying. Like Apple's open strong. Tesla's open strong. DVP, is it true that the Brits listen to the Smiths discography on repeat every day? Absolutely not. That kind of music is far too depressing for myself. Absolutely not. Although who's the guitarist? I've worked. What's his name? I used to work in music before this, and I've worked with his guitarist, whose name I can't remember. The guitarist with the Smiths, with Morrissey. He has his own thing now, and he's quite good. But yeah, not my kind of thing. There's going to be another situation like what we had yesterday on the Jay Casper stream, where nothing happens. Where were we yesterday? It was here, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we were here yesterday on Jay's stream, and just nothing happened until I stopped the stream, and you're just dropping around the same area, trapped within the range from the previous session, and wasn't able to get out. And then finally we got that move up back to the Monday highs again when we stopped. Guys, the London highs haven't been taken. Look, it's literally there on my chart. The London highs have not been taken. Okay, here it is. There's your London high. It has not been taken. The London lows have. London highs have not. 8 a.m. There's your high at 8:26. Johnny Marr, that's the one. That's the guy. That's the guy. Yes, Johnny Marr. Dave, yeah, I said Johnny Marr is quite good. He's very good, I guess. He is a pioneer for that kind of music. Oh man, what am I talking about? I'm going to get myself some water very, very quickly because I did not realize that I was completely out of water. So I will be back in like 30 seconds. This is what we tried to do, or this is what we have tried to do before. London highs haven't been taken. Don't tell me to look at the USD pair. Look, hold on. Look, London high is here. This was a local high, it's just been taken out. Okay, fair enough. A local high was taken. Sorry, I'm saying this as if you're like, I know. Sorry, I don't mean to say it in this way. But there's your London Open, 8 a.m. Okay, here. That is the high of the session. That, up until this point here, low of the session. So here's the low of the session. This is a local high, but it is not the London highs. Okay, that's the highest point that happened during that session. Anyway, back in just a second. Oh, what? Seriously? Oh my god. Now the London highs have been taken. And I've got my water bottle full. There we go. Now the London highs are taken. Right. This is just crazy. Why does it always do this? Every single time I look at the charts and it just doesn't move. And then as soon as I step away, every time. What's going on here? We is pumping. ish. QQQ has made new highs. All right, where are we headed? I honestly don't really know like too much more from from the little range that we're in at the moment. There's not too much left to trade within this. Realistically, this looks as if we're back at weekly VWAP. I think we probably are there. Yeah. So we are at that weekly VWAP now. It's nice, but at this stage it could just be like you'd always expect that to be taken. Okay, you've taken out the lows enough from this already. You would always expect those highs from the London session, especially where they were, to be taken. I mean, realistically, this could be a very good short opportunity. But the way that legacy markets have been recently, like you've got the QQQ that's just making new highs, you've got the Nasdaq that again looks like it just wants to continue to run. The S&P not great. Like you've had an SFP of the lows, which that's exactly what we're talking about. So all those divergences that were playing out earlier on the 30-minute time frame here, look, you make a high, you make a lower high, there's your divergence. Okay, where's the low that we're kind of looking at from that little range there? You're taking out the lows. Divergence is more or less played out at that stage. Like, of course that can continue, but for that divergence that we had off of these highs, that's done. So you've had your bearish divergence, it's completed, and realistically we could very much be looking at continuation here. It's a very strong uptrend on the S&P, it's a very strong uptrend on the Nasdaq, it's a very boring, choppy, weird range on Bitcoin. But yeah, I think there's a potential opportunity to, if we are going to actually come down into this region, I think this would be the opportunity to be looking for those shorts. It's just, where do you set your invalidation off of this? You can't really at this stage. So you've got to, yeah, this is why you've got to trade these markets at the moment. They're so much more, they're so much better to trade right now than Bitcoin is. Like a little SFP of the lows here. So nice. Nasdaq, right? Takes out your London low. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, not quite. Because that open was there. Okay, fair enough. Have a look at ETH. Ethereum's kind of boring at the moment as well. It's just getting squeezed into this area, isn't it? On Ethereum. Shaman 8, perfect little Wyckoff accumulation fractal on low time frames. Yeah, that it was actually, yes. Yeah, you have your selling climax. It's kind of clear. Have your rally off of that. You have a few tests. There's your spring. Come back down. Secondary test. And then you rally off of it. It has been nice. So if you were to, this is the additional thing that you'd add on to that. Put your anchored VWAP from there. And now you found Yeah, nice support for that. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's got a nice little level here. So yeah, this is our weekly VWAP. It is our previous day value area low. It is our previous day value area low. That means we've got an 80% setup in play if we can get some, if we can close within it. I know we've already been up here. What is going on with this chart? Again, this is incorrect. Let's give that a moment to load up again. So if we do get some acceptance here, then we'd be looking pretty good. How's open interest looking? Mostly off shorts closing. Okay. So 23,300 is our weekly open and is our previous day point of control. You've also got 15-minute time frame. It's okay. So I mean, there's an area of interest around here. Potential shorts if it can get through this. And that's a big if right now. At Asia session POC. Let's have a look at that. This chart's not right either, is it? Why do every time I go back to a chart, it like rewinds back in time like 10 hours? Ridiculous. Did that get pulled? It's interesting. It looks like these orders here got. This is on Binance. You got 760 Bitcoin below price. In here. No, it didn't get pulled. So those orders got filled, but just ended up liquidating some people as well. Nice. Binance are active today. FTX not really doing anything. We've often seen FTX are the ones moving the market around, but Binance certainly are doing a lot more of that today. Yes, everyone, as P says, let's get the likes up. How many likes are we on? We've got, oh my god, we've got 136 viewers in here. I'm going to have to try and say something a little bit more interesting. Yeah, 135 viewers. Welcome everybody. Again, if you are new here, please do say hello. We are going to wait. We're going to wait for, come on, we can do it. We can do 100 likes on this video. And in the meantime, whilst we are doing this, just because, I mean, we've covered some stuff already, I just want to say to everybody watching, if you are new here, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for watching. Please do go and check out tauruscrypto.com if you are new here. So it is, you can see in the top corner there of the screen is the tauruscrypto.com. That is where you can find out more about our community. Okay, if you go onto the website here, you can join our free Discord community. Now there is a free section within our Discord that is open to anyone. It has all of the, so this is where you can be informed straight away when there are any updates, and kind of with Twitter and all of that kind of stuff. So there is a little free section on the Discord there. There is also the Taurus Crew. Okay, so at the moment on the Taurus Crew, we've just changed the pricing on this to make it a little bit more attractive for the longer times on here. But within the crew, okay, what we do with this is it is an additional service. Okay, so if there is anyone in the crew, please do say hello, say how great it is and how much it's hopefully helped your trading along the way. We do trading rooms more or less on a daily basis. Okay, so we do our London Open, New York Open and Asia Open. There's the Asia Open tonight, and that is going to be taken from now by Randall. So Randall is one of our masters, one of our coaches within the community, and he is just a legend, really, really good analyst and really, really good trader. So he will be taking the Asia Open, which now enables me to get a little bit of sleep on a Thursday night, which I haven't been able to do for a while because I end up having to stay awake until like 3 o'clock in the morning, which just is not sustainable. It kills me on a Friday. But yeah, we also have the New York Open. We did that yesterday. And we've got the London Open that we do on a Tuesday. We have additional calls as well throughout the week. If there's volatility, we'll normally jump on a call with the crew. So we're looking at constantly trading all of the price action that we've got there, not just on Bitcoin, but with altcoins, with stocks, with some Forex a little bit now as well. We've got thousands of hours of educational content. So within that, we've got educational content on everything that you see myself talking about within these streams. We've got stuff on Elliott Waves, so we've got a dedicated coach for Elliott Waves, that is French Bull. So the French Bull, he has a video series on Elliott Waves. We've got a brand new series on harmonics. So again, I don't use harmonics in the most technical way possible, but if anyone is really interested in harmonics, then we've just started a new video series on harmonics, which is so in depth and so amazing. So that's from the Swooping Hawk. She's amazing at harmonics and just all of the theory that goes behind it. And basically, if anyone knows Scott Carney, who is the godfather of harmonics, I think Swooping Hawk is his protege. She is the up and coming harmonics master. So yeah, that's a really, really great video series we're doing there. We've of course got Luxury, who is just a legend of all things order flow and again exocharts. So he is part of the exocharts development team, working every day to get this that you see behind me. I mean, that isn't an exocharts chart on anything, but working hard every day to get the best product available for everyone who is part of the crew and further afield as well, because this is a product that's available to everyone. Of course, there is P. There is P also, and we've got tons of other people involved. We also have our playbook strategies. So these are trades that you can take on a daily basis, like I was talking about earlier on, like things like the VWAP, strategies that I use, strategies that the rest of the crew use in order to take trades, on a daily basis. And we do other stuff as well, exclusive templates, strategies, discounts, tuition. So we also have mentoring available. So we do offer one-to-ones and mentoring. So you can book that direct through the website here. Okay, so you can book a one-to-one session with myself or any of the coaches. And we also have private mentorship, which is basically a more in-depth version of the one-to-ones. But yeah, that's a little bit about the crew. That is how you can sign up. You can do that by going on to the website. So yeah, please do visit. At the very least, come and join the community. Come and say hello. We'd be very happy to see you over there. But yeah, that is the little bit about us done. All right. The secret Taurus tunnel, whatever that is. Summer promo is over. Sorry, we did do a little summer promo, but that was just for 1 week. That was just to celebrate the start of the school holidays. So yeah, unfortunately that would have run. That's over now. So we finished that on the 1st of August, because that then takes you through to the 1st of September, which summer's kind of over by the 1st of September. So yeah, unfortunately the summer promo has now ended. You had plenty of chance to, plenty of opportunity to get that. It was there for a good week and a bit. So yeah. Anyway, we're coming into some nice buy walls down here on Binance. FTX still not really active today. Mountain Climber, hey Luke, I've been watching for a year now. How long you been at this on YouTube? Basically since you've been watching. You must have been a very early adopter of the YouTube channel, because we only started it in May last year, so it's only just over a year old now. So yeah, we're a year and a bit old within this community. I did do like crappy little YouTube videos back in 2017, but you don't want to see those. You really don't. Yeah, you must have been there for the early days then. Oh. Even though we had that little bit of a pump a minute ago, do I need to go away from the charts again? Because it's done the same thing, hasn't it? Like, here is the story of the stream so far. This is basically the story of the stream so far. So if anyone has just started watching the stream, Luke goes live here. Nothing happens. Luke goes outside to get water. We get this move. Luke comes back. Nothing happens. So do I need to go out again? Do I need to just... Maybe I should get a beer or something. I don't even have any beer in the house. This is disappointing. Yeah. When Luke goes pee-pee, I'll drink this whole water and then I'll go get myself a new one, and then hopefully we get another move. The market only moves when I am not watching. That has become the rule, and it happens every single time. Yeah, if you want more price action, if you want to see Bitcoin move, we've got to get to 100 likes, and then I will disappear for a minute. All right. Victor, any advice on prop funding, trading cryptos on MT5, for example? So actually, I think this is something that I do want to cover in this. It's something that I have tested myself. And I would say, first of all, so I'm sure probably the majority of people here probably know or have seen the massive just craze and the huge hype that is around these new prop firms. So FTMO, my Forex funds, these kind of things. I've been keeping up to date with them. I've been keeping a very keen eye on what it is exactly that they offer, and whether they are a good solution for the retail trader. like you and I. We're all here as retail traders. From what I've seen and from what I've done, I have taken a challenge. I have like a few days left on it. I'm probably not going to hit the required profit amount. That's the first thing that I found, is that it forces you to take a risk that you may not be used to within your trading. But I did a thread on this a while back. So I would say, first of all, yes, they seem like a very, very attractive option for a trader. Okay, it's great if you can trade with someone else's money, and you can make money off of someone else's money, and there's no risk to yourself. Why would you not have a go? It's so obvious. It's so clear. And this is why it's getting so many people excited. But the reality of it is really not the case at all. So I'm going to find this thread. I'm just going to pull up my Twitter page. And this is just basically going over basically what I've been saying. Okay, so this is funded challenges are, you can see this, right? Yeah, cool. Funded challenges are everywhere right now, and I'm regularly asked about them. Here's a thread on my brief test of the FTMO challenge so far. Trading with someone else's money seems like an attractive proposition, but in reality, it's not so straightforward. So first of all, okay, this is my equity curve. This is what I had towards the end of last week, and you can see I had like a 93.4% win rate. And I know I'm a good trader. I'm a profitable trader. I trade with my own money. And I'm very happy with the way that I trade. Okay, so there's my equity curve. Looks good, but in reality, it's unlikely to hit the profit that they demand for the few days that's remaining in the challenge. And you can see this ends in a few days, and I need to get this up to 5,000. And since we only got it up to 2, I've kind of just given up on that for a while. I'm still trading it, but it's like at 3,000 something at the moment. It's unlikely to reach. I'll go through a bit more. I'm trading a solid, I have my own risk for my own account. Small, consistent wins are what I aim for, steady growth. But when I try to up that, it becomes more difficult. Part of the problem is that I'm trading pairs that I'm not used to, and getting the correct lot size has been tricky. With trading crypto, you find it simple. So if you're trading on Bybit, for example, you've just got everything there on USD, and you can just calculate anything against US dollar, and it's relatively straightforward. With these prop firms and with trading Forex and stuff, you've really got to get used to the lot sizes that you need to use, otherwise you can get caught out. You're either taking trades that are so small that they're irrelevant, like they just make no difference, or you're putting too much risk on, and it's just not, you're going to get blown up. So that's one thing that's difficult. The other thing that made it difficult was the MT4 MT5 interface is horrible. I would recommend, if anyone is going to try it, then use CTrader, which is a lot nicer, much nicer platform to use. For myself, if you're using MT4 or MT5, it feels like you're like Microsoft Paint in the 1990s. It's just horrible. It's really horrible. And then this is the really important thing. Okay, so this is data from, that is very bright, but this is data from what I've been talking about. So the people that pass phase 1, and this is the actual challenge itself, is 10%. Then you go through a phase 2 and you see if you can actually start to make money from this. 24% of who passes phase 1. The people who reach profit split are only 3% of traders who passed phase 2. So you've got 10%, and then 24% of that 10% go into that, and then only 3% of that 24% of that 10% actually reach their first profit split. And this is the crazy thing here. Okay, there are 5 traders on the entire platform that are on their 8th payout on a live account. And here, every single trader who's received a record payout has lost their account within 3 weeks due to excessive risk. So yes, it seems like an attractive thing, and it does seem like something good. Like, why would you not try and trade with someone else's money? But unless you are profitable on an account that is your own and you can make money with your own money, then you're just going to end up going through challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge, and you're just going to blow it and blow it and blow it and blow it, and you'll be constantly chasing this unrealistic expectation, these unrealistic targets. So Yeah, they're an interesting thing. I will continue to test it, and I'll see if I can get funded somewhere or whatever, and maybe I'll just give the account away or something. I think that's probably illegal, but I don't know. But yeah, I just think it's highly unrealistic, unless you have a very, very solid strategy in place. Ollie, what happens if you lose their money? So this is the thing. If you're constantly on like either a 30 or 100x leverage, so they just set that for you. So basically, if you lose like 10% of your account, they'll just close your account. So even if you're there and they've given you a live account and you've been funded, if you make a loss on that account in 1 month, they'll just close it out for you, and then you have to start again from the start. Oh, that is as far as I'm aware. Yeah. But anyway, there we go. I think it's an interesting thing, but I think it's very, very, like I say, trade with your own money first. Like if you can't make money on your own, with your own money, you're not going to make money with someone else's. Like you got to prove that you're profitable yourself first. And if you can make money trading with your own account, fine. But you got to be really consistent with it. It's not free to join. It costs like a few hundred dollars or something to take a challenge. And if you fail the challenge, you just lose that money. And it's a demo account. So you pay to trade on a demo account, and then they'll evaluate your demo account and tell you if you can start to trade with live funds. And then you have to pay again, I think. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Seems like too good to be true. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And I think these prop firms that's likely the case. Do not get drawn into the hype. Trade with your own money first. Anyway, where are we? Where are we? Anything more technical related? Because once again, we're up to 92. We're up to 92 likes. Let's see if we can get 100. Yeah, what are we going to talk about? Come on, guys. Binance have taken away their buy wall. Very nice. Also, Victor, what I would say as well is I have seen the amount of traders. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've only just started testing it. But if the biggest prop firm that's out there has only 5 traders that have had 8 payouts consistently, and if every single record payout has blown an account, there are not as many people as you think that are doing this. Absolutely not. I would say 90% of people you'll see on crypto Twitter and on all of that kind of thing are just completely faking it. And the only reason they'll be there, they will not be funded. And you can see the people that are, because they have leaderboards and things, and there are very, very few people actually trading with real funds on those exchanges. Very few people. But anyway. What website did you use to see the Binance buy wall that you just mentioned? So this is Trading Light. So I'm using ExoCharts as a platform, but this is Trading Light. So this is really nice. It just gives you a good heat map of where everything is on the order book. So it's, yeah. if anyone, P, maybe you've got a link if you're still there. So if anyone hasn't seen this or hasn't used this before, we do have a referral link for this, which I think gets you like $10 off your first month. So you can try it. They do a free trial on here. So I think you can get like a 14-day free trial. And if you use our link, then I think you get $10 off if you go into a paid plan, which is fair enough. I'm not sure if they've got a free version or not. But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. So what I tend to use is trading light for anything that's going on at limit. And then we've got exo charts that shows you everything that's going on at market. Coming back into the VWAP here. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. My VWAP isn't on this. This is the weekly VWAP. There's your session. So look, hey, what were we saying? The weekly VWAP up here would have been was presenting a good short opportunity. So did anyone take the short from the weekly VWAP? I hope so. There it was. We spent an entire conversation about prop firms at the weekly VWAP, and it didn't manage to break through. So we've seen a move down now of like almost a 1% move from that VWAP now. That's pretty good as a scalp trade. It's very nice. You come back in, you feel some inefficiencies. So this was the Luke goes in and gets water pump that we had earlier on. So the water pump has now just been entirely retraced. So a good opportunity to take profit there. Okay, so there's the imbalances on there. That's where you had your volume come in. So as soon as you get that volume, you come back in, you're testing into that. It's natural that you get some kind of reaction. Good take profit if you are short off of the weekly view up there. But hey, hopefully this starts to break down. Hopefully everyone can... I should probably rewind. Or if... What was I saying earlier? We'll see if it happens. But the plan basically, I think, for the New York Open was... I do think that we are likely to see lows taken, but I think we've got unfinished business above. I think we're likely to see a liquidity grab above before we do get that move down. So hopefully we can start to break down a little bit too. Ollie's driving, he didn't take the short. Young Super, you've got a good Bybit link too. Pity I already have it. Yes, so, again, whilst we're just doing this, I will keep talking very, very quickly. Where are we? Discord. That works, right? Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, we do have. P has just put the link again into the chat. So P, if you can, I'll pin this. So currently on our. So if anyone here trades on Bybit, or if anyone doesn't trade on Bybit, this is the exchange that we trade crypto on. So it's the nicest exchange in which to trade crypto. We currently have a 100% maker fee discount. Which started last month. It was initially just for 1 month, but we've been able to get that extended, and it's likely to be extended indefinitely. As long as people keep using the link, they will keep giving us this 100% fee discount. Now, I need to... This is the thing. Yeah, we need to keep getting people to sign up in order for them to allow us to maintain this. But for now, they're extending it. It's going to be there for another month or so. There's also 50% off all fees on options. So you can do options trading on Bybit. They are offering 50% off of all the fees. And then you get all of these bonuses as well. So these are a few things that are there. Again, the link is in the chat there if anyone does want to take advantage of the 100% off maker fees on this exchange, which is a very nice little perk. So if you trade and you're using a lot of limit orders, then you don't get any fees, which is very, very nice. But there we go. Next step rebate. I mean, we'll have to go over to Femex for that. But yeah. Yes, it would have to be a new account, unfortunately. Tommy says, yeah, Ollie, you aren't meant to be trading anymore this week. He is not. That is true. Ollie said that he was done trading for the week. He had his best trading week ever. And he said he was finished, and that was on Tuesday. And we knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. Parla, a maker fee is limit orders. Yeah, Jordan, it is. Oh my god, what's going on with the rest of the market here? Let's have a look. Okay, good. We're breaking down. Oh, nice. So I missed my opportunity to take profits earlier on the Nasdaq. Is that pulling back as well? Or do I take profits, or do I just allow this to run a little bit more? Whoa, right. Parla, I'm sorry, but you're you're incorrect. Yeah. I actually I almost second guessed myself. Well, not second guessed. I almost doubted myself for a minute. Then I had to quickly check on my phone what the deal actually was. I was like, wait, are you actually right? But no, limit orders are maker. I'm still, yeah, I'm still confused by myself. ETH, let's have a look at ETH. I confuse myself too easily. If I see comments, I'm like, wait, what's going on? Have I just got myself confused? Yes, we'll have a look at Ethereum. Okay. Whoa, I don't want to add another alert there. It's weird. Like, I understand why people get muddled up, because a market maker is the one that buys at market. It's weird. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? I need to just keep checking what's going on here, because I am considering profit taking. So on Ethereum, okay, there's not... I've got to refresh this chart slightly. Ethereum's just caught within this really just scrappy little range. It was quite nice the other day when it came into the point of control. I think that actually moved at the point that we were down here. I think the POC was lower, and then we had that break. If I just put on the developing POC, yeah, it was. So this is the thing. This is what you so often see with Ethereum, and it's a slightly frustrating thing actually, because we were looking for this move down earlier on in the week. This was on Tuesday. Sorry, whoops. Yeah, we were looking for this move down earlier on into this green zone, into the daily level, into this little order block that we had, and to basically fill the single prints that we had here. It never quite got there. It was that weird day where like everything was just holding. It was the same with Bitcoin. We just had this nice downtrend. It just started to hold there. You create that rounded bottom and then it just popped out of it. And it never got down to where we want it to go. And you see this so often, like when you're in a big range like this and you've got that point of control, you had really, really good confluence there. But then the POC shifted up. Okay, you built enough volume, you built enough balance at this area, and it just popped up out of it. And now we've seen that just the very nature of that POC moving up was enough to just give basically ETH that nice push up back into the weekly open afterwards. So yeah, that was pretty nice from Ethereum earlier. I still am looking down here. I think we could be looking at some kind of ABCD. So if we do, it's not great. Everything's just very, very just sideways boring at the moment. But you could look at this as some narrow ABCD, but realistically, that's going to take you lower. If you got the reciprocal of that, probably down to around about your value area low. Yeah, I'd like to see one more move down still on ETH. If we're to get a move to the back up again, then where are we going to be? Let's just take off the developing POC from there. Let's have a look over here at this move. And already, okay, I can kind of see a scenario that's kind of getting ready to play out here on Ethereum. We'll see where it is in the USDT pair. It has moved. So this developing POC has probably just moved down here. So we're getting to that point where it's ready to move. Whether we have a rotation back up towards the highs, towards about that 1720, 1720 region, which would be the current POC, or whether we do see this breakdown. I would like to see a move down on here, and I would like to see a move down to 1520-ish kind of region. I think that is what I would be quite surprised, and it's the same with Bitcoin, if this does hold and continues to hold here, even though we are at value area low. I do think it would be nice to see a bit more of a push down. I think we're very likely to see this developing POC move into this region within the next hour or so, and at that point that might be enough to get that move. Yeah, alternatively, if somehow this does hold, which would just be kind of crazy, then yeah, I would be looking up to 1720. So yeah, 1520 as support, 1720 as resistance are the main two levels that I'm looking at right now. I think if we were to, yeah, obviously, if you were to look at this mini range in the top, then you're going to have that same point of control there. Okay, so you're looking at that same region over there. There's your monthly POC. It's so narrow. It's so narrow. And again, this is the crazy thing, like, there's your Monday high. Monday lows have been taken. Your Monday low is your value area low. Don't know why I've not got Monday low saved as a thing. Monday high, Monday low. Victor, I'm not so sure. Like Nasdaq and SPX felt toppy yesterday. I would be amazed if yeah, like this kind of chop at the highs. I'm still looking for more downside. This would you'd have to be taking profit on shorts here because there is absorption. We are at support, but I do think we're gonna. Oh, there we go. Now I'm gonna take profit on my Nasdaq trade. Finally, we've taken out local lows. Okay, so we're likely to see some kind of bounce here. So profit taken. Bitcoin back into daily open again. We're looking somewhere down here. There's nothing to suggest that a low's in here. Not at all. What have we got? There's also nothing to suggest that high's in. Oh man, this is so... It's really... You've just got to move away from this range at this stage. And the fact that we're down at the bottom of the range just makes it like, just break down, get it over and done with. Because it's just got to move out of it, because it just really is struggling to break anything at the moment. Like, you're not getting excess, you're not getting any kind of completed move off of this anywhere. Nasty. Come on, push a bit further down. I need to find where it was in the stream that I did say that this would happen. Where is it? I'm going to find it. What was I talking about? I always look for where I draw like a squiggly line and I say somewhere around here. Yeah, basically just from VWAP there. There we go. I found it. So if everyone... Oh my god, I've been live for a long time. So that was 1 hour 18 minutes ago that I said I think there's unfinished business at the highs. I think we're likely to see a move up into weekly VWAP, and at that point we'll break down afterwards. I'll have to save that as a little screenshot later. Just to say like, yeah, told you so. Come on. Coin boss, you are absolutely right, yeah. You're absolutely right, and I would agree with that. So delta does not always equal move in price. It's about effort versus reward, because the counterparty that is shaping the market is working at limit. That is Spot on. So it does not matter if you're seeing big market buys coming in. That, in fact, is not a good thing, because if there are big market buys that are coming in, and we've been seeing big market buys coming in, and price is not moving up, then it means that someone is sat there at limit absorbing all of that. And once they are done buying, then when the selling comes in, if the books are very thin below, then it's just gonna push through. And we've been able to see that. Really, I mean, it's thin on both sides, to be honest. The books are very thin on either side of the market. In fact, there is a bit more on the bid side here, but that wasn't the case earlier on. Okay, you had a lot more onto the ask side here, and it was very thin below. We're now coming into again a little bit of support here, but yeah, there is yeah, just because you see a lot of market buys coming in does not mean the price is going to move, because you got to think of what's on the other side of that. It's a very easy way to, so if anyone doesn't like fully understand, so let's say, for example, okay, price is here. Okay, price wants to move in one direction or another. Okay, so what happens? This is this price, like, say at 0. I don't really know what example I'm going to come up with here. I'm just going to try and come up with an example. So there's 0 market buys here. I'm going to try and do an analogy. Above price, this is who's sat there at limit, okay? You've got all of these orders here sat at limit. So how many is that? Let's say you got 20 on the ask side. Okay? And then below, you've only got, say, 3 on the bid. What happens here is, this is what I mean. You could have like 10 market buys come in. Okay, so if 10 market buys come in, then price would be able to move through half of this. Okay, it's taken out all of these guys. It's done all of this. What is left below is, again, that's left behind a void. So you've had these 10 market buys that have come in and prices moved up by, say, that much. However, straight away, you have 5 sells that come in. Okay, and there hasn't been time for this to get stacked on the other side of things, but 5 sells at market. So after 10 buys at market, you have 5 sells. That 5 alone is enough to get all through all of this and just to clear the bid side. So that's why, like, at market, what's going on at limit is so important, because you can have more buying than selling, but price can continue to go down if there's less on the books on a certain side. So if you have less on the bid side, it will take a lot less money to push that price down. Now, obviously, it's very rare that you're going to get that kind of extreme. Normally, they're fairly balanced, the books, and often you're going to get stacking as soon as price moves. The bids are obviously going to start chasing up, but there's a little demonstration in case anyone doesn't fully understand the way that it works. Hopefully that made sense, of how just because you're seeing a lot of buyers or a lot of sells coming in at market doesn't mean that the market is going to move in that direction, because what's going on at limit is massively important as well. Below daily open. I'm going to just throw this on as well, because this is quite useful, like example that I can show live. Let's put this on. And you can see this, okay? So what I've put here on the screen, I mean, I'll make this big, just for a second. Hopefully everyone can see. But this is what's going on. This is the order book, okay? So this is the live order book on Bybit. It's very small. I'm going to make this... probably not going to work out too well, but there you go. So yeah, this is the live order book. So what you can see here is what's going on at this is what's going on at market, and then this is here is what's going on at limit. So you've got the price here, which is represented by the yellow line. That's where it is. I mean, that's not always centered because we're quite low on the day. And you can see here on the bid side how much you've got. So at this price here, which is 22,757.5, you've got 1.4 million there on the bid. So it's going to take $1.4 million of market sales in order to get through that on the bid side. And then again, you can see here, you can see the asks just chasing price down. It's very thin. So you got 200k, 100k, 300k on the bid side, whereas on the ask you're there with like million. You're at 800k, you're at 600k, you're pushing that down every time price gets pushed down. Okay, this is chasing. The asks are chasing, the offer is chasing. And this is why the DOM, the depth of market is so important, and you can really see what's going on. Is you can see which side has control, and it doesn't matter what's coming in at market. You see tons of buyers coming in at market. And again, if we were to put this on, was a lot of this was long positions opening. We saw a huge amount of long positions opening, yet price came down. Okay, so it was really interesting what just happened there, is all of these orders that came in at market, all of these blue ones, sorry, my head is in the way, all those orders that came in at market, price then moved down immediately afterwards, which was like that same thing that I was explaining earlier. It's still seeing more buys coming in than sells. Okay, all of this blue here is market buys. And then you just have a few of these market sells. And what you're getting is you're getting stacking on the ask side. So here you've got 500k compared to 100k, and it's still pushing price down. Now the bid side's starting to hold. There, you've got a million on the bid right below price. Okay, so you've got a million on the bid right below price. They're going to be absorbing any sells that come in. And on the ask side, there's not as much. It's not up until, so you're about 0.13, actually, exactly 0.13% above price is where you've got asks. So you're likely to see a bounce of around about 0.13%. That takes you back into around about that daily open. Then you come into the asks, and there we go. So that's cleared through that. And then once again, now the ask side is stacked up. So what you're probably going to see is some kind of rejection. Okay, now it's the offer that is in control, and price comes back down. And it really is. It's like, if you can learn how to read the order book and understand where it's going. Obviously, it's very difficult to trade this, because if you're taking fees into account and all of that kind of stuff, then you can't make money from it this way. You've got to be looking at over like cumulative kind of period. And if you can see just consistently that, because price is just going to do this, right? I should make this one really small and make this one bigger. There we go, that's a bit nicer. But price is going to do this. And you might be getting a very, very similar amount of buying and selling coming in. But it's what happens on the stacking on either side, is that's what you're going to find, is price comes into these limit orders. And if you find that these asks are chasing down quicker than the bids are able to chase up, then you end up getting that kind of choppy effect down, and it's that you can look to trade. And when you start to see that move in the other direction, where the bids start to chase up, that's when you can look for those longs. See, at the moment it's just hanging out here. You can see, like, that's where all your volume is on the ask, on the offer. So you're looking just above price, and then you're looking down here. So you got like a 0.25% spread, which is why we're just seeing it chop around like there, like 0.2%. And you're just seeing it's just being held on either side of the market right now. So the asks were in control, and now it's just, yeah, more or less just evened out. But still, more market buyers coming in. So you're still seeing absorption of the buying. Like, all of this blue coming in is buying. But anyway, that's a little bit of an explanation. I won't keep that on the stream. It's a bit difficult to see everything else otherwise. And you can see here, yeah, again, most of what's coming in is buying. In fact, I kind of want to bring it back up because we've had a little bit of a bounce. I want to see if there has been any change of direction or change of kind of intent on this. The offer's still fairly dominant. All right. I'm going to wrap things up, I think. So I think it's about time we allow the market to move. If it is going to break down, we know it's not going to happen whilst I'm streaming. So yeah, I think it is time that I call it a day. I've been streaming for quite some time. Thank you everybody for watching. Yeah, there's not really anything else to cover on here. This is still moving down. I'd love to see this just break down a little bit. Like, that's been a really nice run on the Nasdaq. I am short, so at this point I would like to see it break down finally. We'll see how it goes. Oh my god, you've got the SPX back testing the monthly. So yeah, coming into important support here. Also, yes, so just quickly before I wrap things up, again, if there is anybody that is new here and you would like to learn more about everything that we are covering or have covered on this stream, then please do go over to tauruscrypto.com. Okay, P, once again, I'm sure he can pin that into the chat here, so do visit tauruscrypto.com. You can join our Discord community that way. There you can learn more about everything it is that we do. We also have the kind of private section with our Discord, within the Discord that is the Taurus crew. So within that you get a whole different set of channels within the Discord itself. So I can pull these up very quickly. So this is the Discord, and then within the crew section, okay, we've got these coaches corner areas. So this is what where we're basically talking about different setups, different trade setups that we're looking. We do these daily trading update sheets. Okay, so every morning I give out one of these trading update sheets as well. We've got our coaches here, Luxury, who's talking about his trades and everything, and he does videos and updates and all the levels that you need to be aware of. So again, tons of levels and tons of stuff. You got French Bull here. So French Bull did a private stream for the crew this morning on his Elliott Wave update. So this is what French Bull is looking at. We've got the other coaches corner here, which is where Randall and Swooping Hawk, they can hang out in here, and different ideas that they're looking at throughout the day. You've got the trading chat, which is just very active at all times. You've got the Orgazoid, you've got Uncle Stretcher in there, you've got Color Beast. These guys have been absolutely killing it. Of course, Ollie's always hanging out in this chat. Young Super, Randall's there. So this is always very active throughout the day. You got some BTC TA sections, altcoins TA sections, legacy market sections. You got the general chat where memes are allowed. This is me playing with my this is me playing with thumbnails earlier on. I almost used this one. So yeah, it's good fun. Then we've got the learning zone as well, so you've got tons of educational content if anyone is interested in all of that kind of thing. There's so much to get through. I apologize for anyone that knows all of this stuff already. There is tons of this to get through, but we've got all these different playbook strategies. We've got a whole Elliott Wave series. We've got stuff on trading psychology. We've got a harmonic series, which is brand new. So you can see here, oops, that's not going to open on the actual Discord. But yeah, Swooping Hawk's brand new harmonic series, and a ton of other stuff as well. So that is the Discord that you will get access to within the crew. And then of course within that we do our live trading rooms. So they take place on Zoom pretty much daily. And they're at a scheduled time every week, so you can just put it into your schedule, you know when they're going to be, and we trade it all together. And yeah, just a ton of other nice stuff as well. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you learned something new. I hope it was valuable. I hope it was useful. I hope everything else. Oh my god, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. Back to the charts. Are we going to get that breakdown? It's about time that I do log off, because this is never going to happen until I do. So thanks again, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers. Bye.